What's going on, everybody? Jay Hook back at you with another one. Unfortunately, we got two more of these director cut of my voiceover, and yeah, throughout this entire little short stream, my mic was muted, and I forgot to unmute the mic. So even if I would have let this fight play out, you wouldn't be able to hear it. So my deepest apologies. But going up against this Usyk fighter, and I'm calling this part one because I ended up fighting him back to back, and this fight has already, despite trying to fill him out, is getting annoying, and clearly you can see why. My punches there just at first didn't complete the actual destination of where they needed to go. And really, it's just one of those fill out rounds, but you know, kind of hard to have those rounds when you got opponents who are trying to go for an instant kill in the first round. And this guy is, what I want to say, he's exploiting a little bit, or cheesing, however you want to call it. But he's doing a jab to the body, and then he goes quickly upstairs as I do whatever punches that I'm doing. But I was able to counter jab there. But as I later on, oh my God, that was an ugly counter. Later on in the fight, because I didn't think I would fight him again, but I started to closely observe and adapt. Nice little punch there. Kind of started doing what he was doing a little bit, but just keeping my guard up. And that's the end of the first round there. As you can see, my stamina drained out a little bit. I threw quite a few punches. I was pretty annoyed already. But it seems like every time I would punch, he'd go for that damn, see, there it goes again. To me, if you're going to constantly do that and exploit it, at some point, and it's not just necessarily that one move, but more so, whatever your style is, if you constantly do that to where you are exploiting it, your opponent, and if you got a smart opponent, they'll easily pick up on that and they will expose you for it, and they will counter you every time. But as of right now, oh, that was ugly. As of right now in this fight, I didn't pick up on it too fast, or I was too busy trying to figure out a way to counter it. And I was getting annoyed, and I gotta learn to keep my composure. I was kind of holding it right there, as you can see. But yeah, he's doing the same tactic. And this was my first time actually using this guy. I don't want to Oakley. I think I forgot how to pronounce his name. I'm not the best with names, so y'all gotta forgive me. But it's my first time using him. He's not too bad. He's actually pretty decent. I gotta go back and look up his fights because I know he's not from the States. And we got ourselves a flash knockdown. I wasn't even expecting that, but we got it. And he's gonna go ahead and try to get up here. All right. And that's the end of that round there. So I try to do the friendly gesture to him, but he doesn't. I don't think he understands what it is, but he does that again. It's that body, that lunge and body jab, immediately go up top and then jab back, or jab step back. And I started to pick up on it problem is trying to find the window to counter it. And that's where I was struggling at. And honestly, I couldn't counter, and I wasn't able to find the counter window with that. But and another thing too, where I struggle with it, and I'm not trying to make it an excuse, but with the animation of this game, he is trying to put me away, and it's just not going well for him. But with the way that the animation of this game goes and the whole desync issue, when I'm trying to find a counter window at times, especially when we're just throwing hands and scrapping, he hurt me again right here. It's very difficult to know when or where to punch your opponent at times, because the desync and the animation is just, it's still got some major issues, and Steel City has yet to figure that out. But counters, that body lunge punch that everybody does, it's a bit of an exploit in my opinion, and the way that it just registers as a counter every time, it's almost nuts. But that's the end of that round there. And at that point, I think he was just making us wait a little bit, because I was ready to get back out there and play. But yeah, I struggle with that, and that's not an excuse. Like, I should be able to find a better counter window. If I don't find one, that's on me. But I think he made us wait the whole 60 seconds, but whatever. Yeah, I would have to really sit down and like play numerous hours of this game, and I really just don't have the time to do so. To be honest, I'm just like most of you guys. I work a 9 to 5, and hey, if I were able to just sit around and play this game for hours and try to understand what's the issue with it, I would. But as you can see here, we're kind of just scrapping at this point, fighting like bots, if you want to call it that. He's got a particular technique that he's doing, but it's only working a little bit. And the point to this game, when you find someone who's got one or two techniques that work, try to force them out of that technique and make them come up with something else, or think of something else to do. You know, he countered me there, and then he taunts me, and so he made that mistake, and I just capitalized every bit of it. There's a little glitch there, a little jerk glitch. I don't know if that was my computer screen or the actual game, but he called himself taunting me, and I kind of I don't want to say I took offense to it, but I don't taunt my opponents. At least I try not to. And so he's really working that jab, and now he's starting to do a lot of sidestepping or circle around. I'm going back to my old ways of coming into the pocket and coming out. And we both kind of hit each other there. I heard him right there. I was kind of mad right here because I couldn't hurt him. But that was the end of the round too. So if I would have had at least another 5 seconds, could have put him down, and I could have won that round. If I didn't win that round, or if I had already did win that round, I could have been up another 2 points in that round. And here we go in the next round here. At this point, I'm just fighting like a bot, trying to see what can I nail on him, because he's exploiting his techniques and he's landing them. and he catches me, and then he taunts. Which, okay, fine. You know, you got every right to do that. I didn't taunt him when I knocked him down, but you know, every player has their thing, and I'm not gonna sit here and hate on it. Oh, excuse me, I had an acid reflex. So we get back up, get back in there. He's pretty much won this round. With the minute and 36 seconds left, I already know he's just gonna run. And most players who do that, I'm sorry, I don't think they're really that great of players if you get the knockdown and then you just run. I just don't think you're that great of a player. At least in my opinion, and pardon me, I had to drink some water. If I knock you down, I'm going to keep trying to fight. I'm not going to run. He spends a lot of time running in this part. And I get it. You got the knockdown. You're up. It's no point. So all I can do at this rate is just try to get body shots and capitalize on that and try to get you down to a flat foot. Because if I get you flat footed, I can kind of capitalize on that because you're going to be so tired you can't do too much and your power punches won't hurt. Just what it is. So that's what I ended up doing. And then he taunts me again. Look at the way that man is just sitting there gliding across the ring. Like, Steel City, y'all got to fix that. And back to the ring and back to the round. And here we are in round 6. He's doing that same lunge and punch again. There we go. Nice counter. The best thing that I should do is usually a 1-2, but if I can get a third, I try to get it. Every time I go for a third punch, that's when I kind of put myself in danger. But here we go. I'm trying to be smart. I don't know what happened right there. That just weird to me, but I'm just kind of moving around here, trying to figure something out. And nope. He tries to do the little same tactic again. He nails it up top. I don't know how that's registered as a counterpunch when I kind of hit him in the body and then gave him another shot within that time frame, but it is what it is. All right, hits me up top as I hit him with a 1-2, and it was a power shot. Then he misses his next 2 jabs after that. Doesn't land that. And here I'm just trying to find a counter window. And I was struggling to do that most of the fight. I was able to pick up on it a little bit, but now that I'm starting to pick up a little bit, what it is I'm just hitting them and I'm getting out of there. 'Cause that's all he wants to do. So at that point, that's the end of round 6. And I guess he stops, but then I went in for another jab. Just in case, you never know. That jab might have put me up in that round, but it did. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But here we go. I start to pick up on it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to punch. Go in, try to land something, get up out of there. I think I was stuck right there. Ooh, nice counter there. And what upsets me the most is my opponents can easily hurry up and get back to guard mode. My players, when I'm playing with them, they'll punch and then they take 8 years to get their hands back up. So he was able to jab step back out of there. Lands a power shot again. At this point, I'm kind of annoyed, but trying to hold my composure. Nailed him a counter punch there, but it didn't It didn't register as a counter. I don't know why. Ooh, that would have been nice if I landed it. Now see how the game just made him slide over? That's crazy. And there might be a desync too, because he probably stopped, but then he slid over. But I'm going to see him again. He lands there. Now I'm flat foot because I threw way too many punches, but which I didn't understand because I was landing a lot of body shots myself. So how was he not flat foot? But it is what it is. He got me there with a counter punch. I was just annoyed at this point because everything I'm doing, the game isn't allowing, but he seems to get it. That should have been a clear open power punch, but look, I got real annoyed there because I know that was a clear open power punch that should have landed and it didn't. But it is what it is. Round 8. And at this point, I'm thinking he's probably got this game. Well, he's probably got this match won. But he lands another power shot. And I'm just saying in my head, like, how come I can't hurt this guy? And it's just weird to me how they can constantly get me like that all the time. And maybe I do get them like that, but I'm not able to see their health, so can't capitalize on it, right? So right hit towards the end of the fight, I started picking up on his style. And it's basically lunge punch immediately up top and then try to jab step backwards. And either I just block everything or I just get the hell up out of there. And those were the two things. If I'm able to counter it, which it's very difficult the way he's moving so fast, so I can't. But I'm able to punch if I can. If I see an opening, I take it. I punch him. Get up out of there. I don't know how that body shot landed as a counter, but the game is weird. And here I am. I'm blocking a lot of it. See, then he tries to push me off of him. Tried to get in that scrap with him. Nothing. He misses that jab. Then he tries a sad step or jab step back. Now, my body shot should have landed as a counter, but the headshot went. And then he's able to get 2 counters, which really annoyed the hell out of me. Now my head health is low, and he tries to taunt me again. And then, come to find out, the match ends in a draw. So he did all that taunting. I guess he was confident that he had won the fight, but to be fair, it was back and forward. And, well, check right here. 2 judges gave it a draw. 1 judge had him winning, which was shocking to me. I was kind of upset that they actually allowed him to get round 7 and 8. Made absolutely no sense at all to me, but if you made it this far, I appreciate you. I go by the name of J Hook. I will see you guys in the next one. One more director's cut, y'all. Be safe.